where this thing was growing, so someone brought back a whole ball of dirt, and eventually, I don't know where it is right now, out of 4 specimens brought in, one of them had enough dirt in it. The damn truffle was right there at the bottom of it. We didn't know that. But in order to get a peg on what this thing is, we have to kind of look at this. We're now learning what this guy is. We don't see it all that time. So when you find a neat little thing like that, go look around. These things are parasitic on either a small larval or some instar of an insect or on another fungus. Dig in, find out what they are, and bring them all together. And we even have insect people here who can help us if this is one of the ones that comes on that kind of stuff. We often find little tiny things and I just now found something that's going to keep us going for a while. I really don't know if this is a little asco or a little funny mushroom, but we do appreciate finding those things. You often get a nice big wet log. We don't have any of those today. We might see a couple of polypores or tree fungi on it. Often there's a couple of little ascos on there that we might scratch our heads on. They'll be invisible today because they're so dried out. But little guys like the little ascomycetes, find them. There's lots of structure to them. You get back into business, we even do some microscopy, we can get some elsewhere on it. But there's a lot of things that, as you're going, help us to try to identify that. If you're going after things that are growing on wood, try to get an idea of the tree. If you can figure out what kind of tree it's on. Big distinction between conifers and deciduous is an important thing for several of the big categories. Try to, sometimes it's hard to do, we can't do it. But when you're just finding a regular old mushroom, I'd really like to know if that was growing out of a piece of wood, because then we'd have an idea, at least the genus on it. As it sits now, we're not so certain at all. I think it might be a Trichomopsis, but we're not so certain. So remember, pick in, get all the stages of the thing. We see the wonderful stages in the Amanitas here, but you find other mushrooms. Just get the little smaller, almost button stage. Get the thing as it matures. As it starts to funk out and rot, that's also some interesting things that we saw here. So get a good cross-section of the sizes, get the habitat down, and if it's growing out of something, see if you can find out what. Okay? Because there's a lot of stuff. Now, this is actually surprisingly a lot of things for a seemingly dry day. But people knowing to chase things down. Get it. We'll find plenty. Okay, so there's plenty of stuff out there, and we can't identify them all, but bringing everything in. It doesn't have to, be a nice shining example. We'd like to see them all. Okay?
What is that growing on? Thank you.
It's growing on an ascomycete, truffle-like thing, and
not edible, right?
No. These are the truffles in the United States. There's a guy now from Oregon that's written a nice little book. Most of the ones he describes aren't really edible either, because they're subterranean ascomycetes. That's what they are.